All right, I think we're live. Hey everybody,
Awesome.
hey everyone, this is Miller Rhodes coming to you from Houston, Texas, and I've got two prominent leaders on my team. They're two humble guys, but in my mind they're prominent because these are two guys that are getting results. And just want to introduce you to Robert Mercado, who some of you probably already know, because what we all do is we invite people from our list, we invite people from our teams here so that we can give you some value, help you learn a couple of things. And, you know, before I get into anything that I wanted to say, I just wanted to let you know that these two guys are here and they're going to be giving you value tonight too. Robert Mercado and David Abram. Did you guys want to say anything, or did you want me to just go into it?
Hey, I just want to say really quick, I'm excited to be here. If you're here on the Hangout, just keep this time and just know it's a precious moment. Know that you were here invited by someone who really cares about you, who really wants to show you something new. You may already be in the industry. You might already have experience with working online. But you're going to learn techniques here tonight that if you saw in the email or you saw in a Facebook post, Miller has days where he has upwards to 100 leads. And, you know, for some of you that might be huge. And for others, it might not be huge. And I'm here to share with you that if you allow it to be huge for you, it can. What do I mean by that? The same techniques that he's utilizing it, you don't have to limit yourself to only getting 100 leads. See, with traffic and marketing, you can always upscale it and go from there and just, you know, continue getting more results from that technique. It's going to be fun. I'm excited to be here. I'm here to learn. If you're here, I would encourage you to get a pen and paper, and I'm just excited. I'm just, yeah, let's rock and roll, Miller. It's your stage. Hey, David, if you want to share some words, I'd love to hear from you as well.
Well, right on, Robert. Thank you, and Miller. Thank you. I'm also really psyched to be here. You know, as Robert put, you know, we can be anywhere tonight. Really, I mean, it is a gorgeous Thursday, summer evening here in the mountains where I live. My family's actually out watching some live music. There's a ton of stuff going on in town, and I'm here dedicated to my business. I want to recognize everyone here as well, dedicated to their business. And really what Miller's going to share tonight amongst Robert, myself, and the rest of the panel are ways to get traffic. And guys, traffic is the lifeblood. And when we say lifeblood, it's so important, right? Because, you know, you can have the best converting offer, but if people don't see it, it's just going to live out there in internet land. And more importantly, if qualified people that are ready to receive your message don't see it, you can be beating your head against the wall all day long. So I'm super excited to be here. I can't wait to hear some Miller magic get laid down. So Miller, back to you, brother.
All right, that's just awesome, David. All right, so real quick, before I start talking to you about what I'm going to be presenting to you tonight, what I'm going to do is I'm going to share my desktop. I actually did a traffic buy from, you know, just a few minutes ago, and I want you to see my Aweber account, because while we're doing this telecast, you're going to see that the number of leads I'm getting is going up while the telecast is going on, so that you know that I'm not fooling around with you, and I know what I'm talking about. So real quick, I'm going to share my desktop and show you my Aweber account. And you're going to see a low number yesterday because I've been doing some experimentation, but you're going to notice that the number is significantly higher today. So let me share my desktop real quick, and then we'll come back to live. I just want you to see the number that's currently in my Aweber. So let me do that real quick.
Yeah, and really quick, while Miller sets that up real quick with his screen share, at any point while you're watching this Hangout, we want you to know that you have the opportunity to come on board with us. You'll notice as you listen to Miller's voice and you hear David and I chime in and share some techniques as well, you'll be able to click the button below the video and get started with our team. There's so many resources and training you get from coming on board, and we just want to give you a little a little bit of a taste of it. And Miller's going to go pretty deep into it. So Miller, right back over to you, man.
Okay, thanks a lot. So if you look at my Aweber right here, I've gotten 26 leads today, and really, literally minutes ago it was 23, but who cares about that because it's 26 right now. So what I'm going to do is, intermittently throughout the broadcast, I'm going to come back into my Aweber, and you're going to see that I am, in fact, getting leads by the minute. So let me switch back to the live telecast, and then we'll check that out. But hang on a second. Let me just refresh my Aweber here real quick, and let's see if anything's happened while I've even been talking to you. Okay, so right now it's at 26. Cool. So let me get back to the live telecast. All right. Well, something I was thinking about tonight as I was preparing to talk to you guys out there is that whenever we're talking to people who are interested in joining the business, or even people who are already in the business, they always want to know, hey, what's the nuts and bolts? How do I get leads? How do I get leads for my business? Or if you're already a member of Empower Network, you're thinking, hey, how do I run solo ads? How do I do pay-per-click advertising? Everyone wants to know that magic method for getting traffic. And something that I want to make people aware of is that whenever a leader is talking to you and they basically say, well, I could show you how I get traffic, but that doesn't necessarily mean you're going to get the results that I get. And a lot of times that sounds to us like they're talking in riddles, or it sounds to us like they don't want to share their traffic source with us. But what they're really saying to you is that if you're going to be successful online, you need to, one, build a list. And it used to be in the online business industry that you would get a lead or you would talk to a person about your business, and then if they weren't interested, you toss their name and number out. Or you were told, okay, well, let's call them back in 6 months. And I've been involved with the network marketing business industry since '92. When I first got involved with my first network marketing company, which was this personal care and skincare company, which I'm not going to mention. And, back then what we would do is we would invite people over to our house, which was real safe. And, these strangers would come to your house and you'd have them watch a video. And then you'd ask them what they liked about the video and then see if they wanted to join the business. Or you'd buy a whole boatload of videotapes and you would mail those out to people, mostly strangers, or mostly people you pulled out of the phone book or off of some list that you bought. And that was the way that we recruited people. So, we fast forward to today, and whenever a person maybe isn't ready to join your business, they don't get tossed away because the timing may not be right for them. You may not have built a relationship with them that's solid enough yet, because people will only buy from someone who they feel like they like, trust, and know. And that's the new environment out there on the internet nowadays, is that as you're getting leads for your business, you're communicating with them on a regular basis. And nowadays what we've moved into is you want to send more video to your list. You want to do things like we're doing tonight. Like doing these Google Hangouts is actually a tool for allowing people who are looking at your business to get to know you better. It's a tool for people on your team to get to know you better, to believe in what you're doing, and to learn a little bit more about that. So besides building a list and building that relationship with people, you also want to constantly be giving them value. That's part of building that relationship, with the people that are on your list. And so when a leader tells you that maybe you're not going to get the same results, it's because they know that you have to become that person through personal development, education, sharing value, and you don't have to be the guru. You don't have to be that person who knows everything. You could just be plugged into some great training from someone who's already more successful than you are, or maybe knows a little bit more about solo ads, or knows a golden nugget that you can pass on to other people that might help them get over a hump in their business. And you actually have to become that person that is that guy or that lady who can earn or is earning the amount of money that you want to earn. Like, say, for example, you're earning $500 a month. Well, the version of you that's earning $5,000 a month or $10,000 a month is not who you are now. But you can, one, communicate that level of value by passing on information that you've received from people who are making $5,000, $10,000, $20,000 a month. You can also continue to invest in yourself and your personal development and continue to do some things like we teach you to do here in Empower Network, like make videos, blog daily. And the purpose, beneath the purpose of all of that, is that you become a more powerful communicator. And as you become a more powerful communicator, your ability to inspire people, your ability to let them know that you're that person that's going to lead them to where they want to go, that ability just rises and rises. David Wood, one of the founders of Empower Network, told a story recently about one of the top leaders in Amway. And I can't remember the guy's name, but he said that this guy, he was doing a presentation in front of thousands of people, and people were just in awe of his level of communication. They wanted to buy on the spot. And this guy pulled David aside one day, and David's like, wow, you must have always been a great communicator like that, with this ability to inspire people, and they just want to join your business. And, this guy was making hundreds of thousands of dollars a month and had thousands of people in his group. And just 5 years ago, he was doing home meetings with people, and he literally was so nervous that he would throw up before every single meeting. He would have to take some time to take care of that so he wouldn't throw up in the meeting. And he just kept doing the meetings over and over again and taking advantage of any opportunity to communicate with people, to small groups of people. And did you know that when you turn on your video camera and you're talking to that video camera, it's almost equivalent to giving a speech or doing a presentation in front of a small group of people. And the more that you do that, the more effectively you begin to communicate. And I can tell you that because of the personal development aspect of Empower Network, which is very powerful, and I, in fact, undervalued for quite a long time, is one of the reasons that I'm even in front of you here tonight, being, communicating with you and attempting, and giving you value, not attempting to, but giving you value, because I know that you're going to get some value out of what you see tonight. And I want to give you some nuts and bolts. Most of what we're going to do on these Hangouts, and if you've been on a few, is give you value in various ways. But what I want to do is I want to give you some nuts and bolts. I want to show you some of the ways that I generate traffic. Now, I do blog daily, and I do send videos to my list, but I'm primarily a paid traffic guy. Paid traffic is what makes sense to me. It's what I've worked at many early mornings and many late nights, and I want to give you the benefit of that, of that experience. That's what I want to do tonight. And so, before I Robert or David, anything you want to jump in and say before I begin showing them what I do to generate traffic?
Yeah, if it's cool, I just want to actually chime in and let everyone know that, a lot of times we feel with paid marketing or paid advertising, it requires a lot of money. David actually did a phenomenal webinar, hangout on the prior week where he goes over the myths of, owning your own business. And that's one of them that he covered, is that you need a lot of money. And that comes into play here with paid advertising. See, I always felt that I needed a lot of money to start doing paid advertising, and that is only a myth, to tell you the truth. And Miller's going to share with you techniques, and these techniques, and I'm sure David and I have some up our sleeve that we can share with you as well. That, I mean, literally, Miller named some already. Before we get into what Miller is going to get into, creating a video doesn't cost anything. Putting a blog post out there doesn't cost anything. Yeah, maybe your time, but you're investing your time to reap the rewards here. But with paid advertising techniques, you can literally invest only a couple of dollars, $5, $10, $20, and then upscale it from there. See, and the point of marketing, the point of doing these paid advertising techniques is obviously to get leads, then to get sales, which generates revenue. And one thing that I've learned is that the money that you make, you want to put a portion of that to the side and invest that, 10%, 15%, whatever it may be, to continue getting you the results that you want. So this might be completely new to you. You may be used to doing free marketing, and that's powerful as well. And we may be able to go into some of that also tonight. But paid marketing is really where it's at. It's really what will take your income to a whole nother level. No question about it. All the top leaders within Empower, also on our team, believe in paid marketing, believe in paid advertising, because it leverages it out as well. Like Miller said, he likes it a lot. Reason is because you pretty much pay for it and it does everything for you. You just wait for the results and you test it with different capture pages and so on and so forth. So if you're here, you're watching this, just know that you don't need to know everything to be great. You just need to start. And, I started actually really quick from a place that I did not know anything about working online. The only way I knew you could make money online was selling items on eBay. So I didn't know about PPCs and PCVs and ABCs and 1, 2, 3 and all these other abbreviations and all this. I didn't know any of this crap. But once you learn it and you get the hang of it and you really utilize it, it can really scale your business up. And which will scale your income and everything else up, your results, your leads, to another level, and it's really powerful. So I'm excited to be here, David. If you want to add anything, if not, we'll rock and roll.
Well, you make some good points, Robert. I can piggyback off a couple things that you've just said. The good news, bad news for me is, I'm an old guy. I mean, my buddy just invited me to his birthday party next week or 2 weeks, and it's his 39th birthday. I'm like, man, you're a young pup, right? So imagine how old I am. And the good news, bad news about that is I understand how business used to run. And business, you got to just understand, guys, this is a business. And if you want to make $20,000, $30,000, $40,000 a month, you can't do that on a lotto. You got to do a legitimate business. So when we look at a business, one of the aspects of business is marketing. And I challenge you to go to any textbook from school, marketing, and it tells you, or business book, pardon me, and it tells you, 80% of your activity needs to be marketing. So if you're hiding from marketing and yet you want to earn money in this business, you got to get over that. And so when I bring up my age, it's like, the way marketing used to be is you do print ad, radio, or television, and the feedback that you get from print ad, radio, or television is literally, maybe 2 or 3 weeks down the road. With the internet, you literally get your feedback the next day. So when, as Robert says, dip a little bit into the paid advertising pool with like $5, and literally a day later you can start to look at the metrics and tweak what you're doing. And we teach you how to do this. Tweak what you're doing to alter the result. And once you get the result that you want, then you start to scale that result up. In other words, you just turn up the volume on that strategy. So don't be afraid of marketing. Don't be afraid of paid marketing, because we live in an era now, guys, that we get instant feedback. And with that feedback, we can then apply the new knowledge we're getting to our efforts, and you're not wasting a lot of time or money, and you can literally do like a $5 campaign. Do you guys realize, like when I was probably your age, as whoever's listening to this, you had the cheapest method was a newspaper ad. So you're paying 15, 16 bucks, you place the ad, and it doesn't circulate for another week, week and a half, so you have to wait a week and a half for it to circulate, and then once it circulates, then you gotta survey everyone to figure out exactly what that metric looks like, so you know what to do. And now, guys, it's so simple. So I really want you guys to get excited about what Miller's about to share with us. Get excited about what you have in front of you, and realize this is a business, and you are literally in a position to take your business to any level you want at any pace you want. So it's pretty exciting stuff. Miller, back to you, man.
Okay. Thank you, David. So one thing that I want you guys to know is I am not a professional. So you too can do this, and something that we do here at Team Ambitious is we feature people. If you join us and you get on Team Ambitious, you too can be on the Hangout here, because we like to shine the spotlight on everybody. I mean, everybody's a rock star, and that's the way we make you feel, because a lot of people, a big part of why they join a particular home business involves how it makes them feel, the community they're a part of, the team that they're on. That's a really important thing to people. So I just wanted to add that real quick. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to share my desktop. And if you remember, I showed you my Aweber, and you can, when you're watching the replay or whatever, you can go back and see that. And at the time, I had 26 leads. So
and it literally started at 23, Miller, like you said earlier. I know they didn't see that part, but we were on the Hangout when we were setting this up, and it was at 23. So within a minute or two, it jumped right up to 26, which I witnessed myself, and David as well. So.
Oh yeah, thanks for jumping in and saying that. And also, I made a $20 buy. Not 50, not 100, not $500. I didn't, just toss $1,000 in there so I could impress you guys. I want this. The reason I wanted to present this strategy tonight is because it's probably the most economical and fastest way that I generate leads. I mean, really, literally, anytime I need 10 to 20 leads on demand, I can go and just spend $20 with this source. And the source I'm going to show you tonight is called BuzzCity. And BuzzCity allows you to run two types of ads. I'm going to be showing you banner ads. You can go and get banners anywhere out on the internet. You can go to Google Images. I'll probably show you a little bit of that. Sometimes the company you're involved with will provide you with banners. You can have people, there's software on the internet where you can create your own banners. So there's a lot of ways you can get banners. And what I'm going to show you is going to be the banner advertising. But you can also run text ads, where you can write, a little blurb, something that'll get somebody interested in your business. Maybe we'll talk about that some other time. But I did banner ads because that's real easy. It's easier to ramp up. So here, I'm going to share my desktop, and I'm going to show you where my lead count is right now, and then I'll begin to explain how all of this works to you. So give me a second.
Yeah, and also keep in mind, again, guys, we have about 80 people watching us right now or so, a little bit under 100, and I just want to let you know that you are truly in the right place at the right time. It's not by accident you got here. You were invited here, and we'd love to have you on the team as well. Like Miller said, we're looking to bring out more leaders as well and help them to have success as well. One thing that I love about our team and what we're doing here with Empower, network is that when you help other people, it actually helps you to uplift yourself. So it's a win-win situation where, when you help others, you grow as a person, you grow your income, so on and so forth. So, join forces with us. The button underneath the video, it'll open in a new window. So you're not going to mess anything up with what Miller is going to share. You're not going to, miss any important stuff. It'll open in a new window, and you can just fill that out there. So if you already made that decision, welcome aboard. We are absolutely excited to have you on board. But back to you, Miller. I'm ready to rock and roll and take notes here.
Yeah, thanks. And something that I want to say is, that's what we do here is we support each other. I know that there won't be those uncomfortable silences because I know that Robert and David, they've got so much value to offer that, they're always going to jump in and give you more value while I'm figuring out, what's the next best thing to tell you about. So, like, if you look here, since we started the telecast, my lead count has already gone up by 5 leads. So it was at 26, and like Robert said, even earlier, before I started this advertising, it was at 23. So, 8 leads since right before we started the telecast, and 5 leads since we've gone live. And what I'm going to do is I'll come back to this, probably after about 10, 15 minutes or a little bit further down the road, and we can see where it's at. 1 second.
One of the things that I wanted to piggyback off something that Miller was talking about this whole business of Empowered Network. This is real quick. Everyone's kind of wondering what exactly this is, and it's literally, because Miller was talking about, some of the personal development strategies that he's learned in Empower, and some of the business strategies that he's learned in Empower. And guys, at the end of the day, and I coined or I heard this somewhere, and I mentioned it to folks that are just a little confused. Maybe you're in a network marketing company right now, and you're like, well, what is this? Well, guys, in your network marketing company, there are these leaders that you look up to that are teaching you guys stuff. What Empowered Network literally does is we breed leaders. That's our product. Our product is you. We teach you how to become a leader, how to speak as a leader, how to believe in yourself, and how to go within and create missions, and then put intentions out there, how to have people model your mission, just like leaders. So literally, if you are good with just being average and just having average results, then truly this is not for you. And that's okay. You guys can hang out and watch what's happening. And yet, if becoming a leader within your own business, whether that's Empowered Network or another network marketing company, becoming a leader and truly doing so this year of 2013, if becoming a leader is something that is not of interest to you, but is a burning desire and something that you really have on your goal list, and I want you to pay close attention to what's going on in Empowered on Team Ambitious, because that's exactly what happens. I mean, when Miller says that the personal development stuff that he's picked up in Empower that he never really put much value in, and now he's like, holy crap, I can't believe what I'm doing as a result. That's because Miller is being formed into a leader. Whether he realizes it or not, he's being formed into a leader by virtue of what we do in Empower. That's the product, guys. It's leadership. We're a leadership factory. We're literally spitting leaders out left and right. And truly, if that's not a goal for yours, that's okay. So a lot of the stuff's not going to make sense. And if that is a goal for you, then, as it is for me, get your pen and paper out. Let's rock on. Miller, man, what do you got for us here, bro?
Oh, man, all right. That's great, David. I mean, David is one of the newer members to the team, but golly, this guy has been hitting it out of the park since he joined in. I know a little bit of his history, and I know he was hitting it out of the park with some other places that he's been. He's got a track record of success, a good man to listen to.
Thanks, bro. Appreciate that.
Okay, so let me...
Right now, Miller, just so you know, it's showing your notepad, just in case you wanted to know what screen you're on or...
Okay. Yeah, I want to show my notepad.
Okay, cool.
Okay. So these are some notes that I put together. First of all, the place where I go to get my leads, you're going to want to go to a site called buzzcity.com. And what BuzzCity does is it allows you to send ads to people's cell phones, primarily smartphones, tablets, and various mobile devices. And so what you're going to need as part of this whole setup is you're going to need what's called a capture page or a website that's mobile friendly. Your website or capture page has to be set up in such a way that it will display properly on a mobile device. And I'm sure there's places you can go to get that. There's the place where I get mine. I'm not going to mention tonight because we all have people on here, and there's an affiliate opportunity associated with it. But what I want to leave you with, as far as this point goes, is that you're going to want to go out and find get a website, or you want to have a version of your website, and sometimes that's already provided.
Yeah. Hey Miller, really quick, one thing that is pretty much news to all of us, but I have a resource that will take care of that for everyone who wants to utilize these strategies. Now, how do you get that resource? Well, you got to be on board with us. You got to join the team and lock arms with us to be able to have access to that. So what Miller is going to go over is his strategies and how he does what he does. But what he's saying also is that you're going to need something to create that capture page. You're going to need a resource, something to create that from. And I know for me personally, if you said capture page to me in the beginning, I would have looked at you like you had six heads. Why? Because I didn't, first of all, know what the heck that was. And even when I did, I didn't know how to create one. I had capture pages and mobile pages where I had to pay people and outsource it a couple of $100 just to get it done, because there's the designing, there's the programming, and all that. So what am I saying here? Well, if you lock arms with us and you click the button below, you get started with us, consider that part taken care of, because I personally have a resource that we're going to be letting out and releasing to the team to use. So you're going to have a lot easier of a job to do that than majority of marketers out there and majority of people out there. So back to you, Miller. Just wanted to mention that. And if I didn't make myself clear, if you click the button below, you get started with our team, you're going to have that resource available to you, among many other resources. But I just wanted to let you know that there's no missing pieces here. You fill in that piece by coming on board with us on the team. So back to you, Miller.
Oh, that's awesome. Thanks for chiming in with that, Robert. That was just awesome. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to switch my screen now, and I'm just going to show you a little bit of the front screen of BuzzCity.com, and I'm also going to just show you a couple of snippets from within my account. Probably not going to walk you through the whole setup, but just want to walk you through everything that you need to pull together in order to use this particular lead source. So hang on a second. I'm gonna switch the screen share here. It's going to show me for a second. Okay. Okay, so here I've gone to buzzcity.com, and this is just the front page of it. And what I would do is I would log in here, and it's going to take me on the inside. So now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to drop that down, and then I'm going to go to the shot of my account here. Okay, one sec.
I think you got everybody on the edge of their seats, Miller.
Right? Okay, can you see that?
Yep, we see it clear. I see it clear, yeah, if you guys see it as well. Yep.
Okay, so here is, when you use BuzzCity, you are what's called an advertiser. And what I'm showing you here is I have a number of different campaigns set up, and you can basically choose the countries, the users, and in what countries that you want to advertise to. And you bid on clicks because every time a person clicks on your ad, it's gonna pull money out. So if I spent $20 a moment ago, and so every time someone clicks on one of my banners, it's it's going to subtract money from that $20. And if you look here, if you can even see it, I'm primarily focusing in this campaign on Singapore, the United Kingdom, the UK, England, Canada, and really you can bid pennies per click, 1 cent, 2 cents, 3 cents, and I get a lot of clicks from various countries. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you some of the banners that
Yeah, and really quick, Miller, if I could, while you're going into that, I just really quick wanted to hear a little bit from someone who just came on, the panelist with us. Jeannie's actually on the team as well, and we're so excited to have her, of course. And really quick, Jeannie, I just wanted to ask you, and you, I noticed that, and you're pretty new to this as well, more or less, with the marketing and all this other stuff. But I noticed that you took action right away, and even on Facebook posts that you had links to a capture page, and you're really doing your thing. And why I bring that up is one that what I mentioned before. You don't have to know everything to really get things going. So maybe, Jeannie, you could speak a little bit about maybe like an experience you may or may not had before setting up a capture page. I don't know if you ever went through that and tried to figure out, and you're like, how the heck do I get like an email box there and all this other stuff? And then I believe you used the resource that I have, if I'm not mistaken, right, that you actually, I believe, created a capture page with. So maybe you could just touch a little bit upon that, like maybe if it's easy for people that decide to join the team and get that resource. Is it a lot easier than and more cost effective than really paying somebody to do that? Does that make sense?
Yeah, that resource that you provided is excellent. When I went there to set up the page, now I had used a capture page creator before, just one other time, and it was rather difficult. The resource that you provide is amazing. It's so simple, and for each little step, they do have a short video tutorial for every single little step. But even without that, it's pretty simple to understand, and it's a beautiful page. I mean, and you can make more than one. So it's awesome.
Yeah, they give you that. They give you that unlimited, where you can you can make as many as possible, and then you can customize it as much as you want. If you want the email box there, or just you want a video there. So it's pretty cool, and I appreciate you sharing as well, because I saw you took effect right away and you took action immediately. And yeah, I saw you on your Facebook post already promoting, and that's what it's about. It's about just putting it in action and getting it started. So even if you're watching this hangout and you're saying, well, I may not even know how to use that. It really is simple. So you're gonna really be excited to be able to utilize that resource. So back over to you, Miller.
All right, thanks.
We're see what we're doing, Miller. We're trying to keep everybody in suspense too. Yeah, we know what you're gonna share is golden. So we're trying to keep them in suspense. And guys, if you're watching this, you want to stay to the end because we'll be sharing some other techniques and really digging deep into this. And sharing how this whole thing can benefit you as well. I know David touched upon the Empower Network and what we're promoting here, but it's certainly powerful, and we'd love to have you on board. So back over to you, Billy.
Okay. Let's see. Can you see my desktop?
Yep.
Hello, 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 everybody. Here we go. All right, we are back. We're back live again here, I think. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to the screen share here. Okay, so hang on. Okay, so if you look here, this is the page where you set your budget, and basically I just increased my budget today. I only put in $20, but I wanted it to use all the money, so I just upped the budget to 45 bucks so that it would spend the 20 bucks that I put in, because sometimes it crosses days. And here are some banner ads that I found from a particular place. And what I did is, I removed some of the affiliate links here, but you basically have to find banners that are a particular size, or you can manipulate the size of those banners. So you just find, your standard, size banners. I forget what the standard sizes are, but you can basically use a tool like Paint, or another website that I'm going to show you called Pick Resize, in order to resize these banners. And what you would do is you could either put in a URL where, sometimes the banners can be hosted somewhere. If you want to host them somewhere, you just have a link that'll take a person to a banner. Or you can just have a file sitting on your computer, and you can just click the browse button here and you can upload that file. And so I just have different size banners in here. And if you come in here and fool around with it a little bit, then it will even, if you add like a banner or two, it'll actually add the rest of the sizes for you. And then you can even, if you see there's an option down here called larger ads for smartphones or tablets, if I click that, then it shows you another couple of size banners that I added. I have a 250 by 250 in here. That's one of the standard sizes. 300 by 250, I don't have that one in here right now. But you can add larger banners in here. 468 by 60, which is a standard size. 728 by 90. Let me see. All right, I'm going to go back to the Hangout here real quick. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to show you one of the ways that I go out and find banners, which is I'm going to do the screen share over. Hang on a second. See, I'm just figuring this out as I go. So if I go to Google, you can actually, up here, you can click on images, and then you can actually search, and make sure you're not grabbing an image that's trademarked, or it's going to get you in trouble or something. But there's a lot of free images that you can grab on here. So I'm just going to go through like Empower Network. There's a load of those. I'll even do Empower Network banners. And see what you're going to do. What you're going to get is you're going to get a page full of banners. And it even tells you what the sizes are for some of them. Yeah, if you hover your mouse over the different size banners, it'll actually show you it'll show you what size they are, so you can grab the ones that are a suitable size, or you can grab the ones that you like. And you can see there's a lot of people have put banners out there, and a lot of them are banners that you can grab. Another thing that you can do is you can go to a website called Fiverr. And I'm waiting on my machine to go to that. Okay, so here's where, this is a site that a lot of people do what's called outsourcing to. Outsourcing is where you pay someone else to do a task that is repetitive or maybe something that you don't know how to do that that person likes doing over and over again, so that you can free up more of your time to do the things in your business that you're good at and or like to do. So one thing that you can do here on Fiverr is you can actually, I'm going to actually just type in banners here, and people on Fiverr can actually design, build, and create banners for you if you want to have a custom banner done. So, and some people even create what's called an animated banner. It'll actually move around and, you know, it's more eye-catching. But for the low, low price of $5, there are all sorts of people in here who are graphic designers and are real creative, and they will actually make banners for you. And then there's also various tools on the net that will allow you to create your own banners. And I'm gonna show you one more thing. So hang on. Because I always like to take little breaks after I show you things so that you can kind of figure out what's going on. So okay, so hang on a second. Okay, so now I'm going to go to a website called Pick Resize, and I've actually already have that open. So what does Pick Resize allow you to do? Well, what it allows you to do is it allows you to take a banner. I'm actually just going to see if I got a banner somewhere on my computer. I mean, I might not have one. Let me see. All right, you know what? I don't even know what this is a picture of, but what the heck? Hey, man.
Uh-oh. Bill is going to get in trouble. Uh-oh.
Careful, man. We know how freaky you can get.
Okay, so here's a picture of my daughter, and basically what I can do is it's telling me here actually what size this is. It's actually 3648 by 2736, and I can actually make it 50% smaller, 75% smaller, or I can make it custom size. So let's just make it 300. You can designate the height and the width, so I'm just going to make it 300 by 250, which is a standard size. I'm not going to choose the special effect. And then here, image format, you can pick JPEG, GIF, bitmap. Most of the time you want to use JPEG, and I'm just going to make it the best quality. I always pick that. And now here under max file size, this is important because BuzzCity actually has a limit on how big your banners can be. So if I go back to BuzzCity here, I don't know if you can see it on my screen, but for like a 728 by 90 banner, it actually can't be any bigger than 40 kilobytes. And the reason you want to use Pick Resize is because I can make this 39. So I can actually force my banner to not only be the right size, but it'll make the resolution only as vivid as this particular size, because you know higher resolution banners tend to have bigger file sizes. So that's just and what's great about the fact that we record these is that you can come back through here and see what I'm doing in case you forget some of the step-by-step on how to do this. And also I know we're going to allow you to ask questions too. So after I do all this, I just click this button that says I'm done, resize my picture. And what
Miller, real quick, bro, this is a free tool, or is this we got to pay for Pick Resize?
It is free.
That's what I'm talking about.
It is free. That's right, man. We are doing this for the person on a budget.
Wait, so let me understand this. So really quick, I know this is awesome. But okay, so they don't need to pay for a capture page creator because when they join the team, they're going to get that resource, which
Right.
Jeannie spoke about as well. That experience and really really likes it. It's just so simple. And then like David brought up the pick resize now that's free, so that's not going to cost them anything as well. Okay, all right. I just want to make sure that we're okay. This is really cool. All right.
Yeah, and the other cool thing is um, a person who watches the entire telecast, they're going to see that at the very beginning of the telecast, I popped up a kind of a an agenda, that I'm following, and I basically show you the website addresses. So you just go to pickresize.com, and that's what's going to allow you to to resize your banners to the standard sizes that Buzz City requires. And just real quick here, I'm going to go back to I'm going to go back to my screen real quick. And now just real quick here, I'm going to go back to my Aweber, and I'm going to refresh it. Now remember, we started out at 26. Now we're up to 44.
Wow.
That's just while we've been on the Hangout. So, man, this is, and here's another thing. You join Team Ambitious. If you get stuck on one of these steps, I'm gonna help you.
Yeah, and Miller's so right. I mean, besides everything that we're including on the resources that when you come on board with the team, you're going to get everything that Miller's going over. He actually goes into detail in videos that are in the back office for our team site. So, you're getting gold tonight, but you're going to get even more gold, in the back office in our resources, team site, and like Miller said, I mean, right, Miller, we're here to literally, if you have a challenge with, any step, it's literally, step by step. I mean, we were joking before, you guys didn't know this, but you guys do know, the live stream got cut off, and we were actually just playing around and letting you know we did that on purpose. And I know a lot of you were right on the edge of your seats, waiting for Miller to show his strategy, waiting for him to share his secret, and then everything went out. We're here to tell you that that wasn't planned, really, but it happened in the perfect timing. But no, this is awesome. Keep going, Miller. I'm taking notes on this one, and this is
one thing I wanted just to clarify to those that are watching, to kind of like, well, what the hell does that mean, a subscriber? Why is that important? Those of us who come from network marketing backgrounds, traditional style, Miller touched on this. You know how you have to freaking hound the phone? I don't even have a phone here. You have to hound the phone and get people to a meeting, right? And get people to a meeting, and they show up at the meeting, and then you have a presenter drive across town, they present, and they do all that. So you know how that work? You do it once a week, and you rally all week long. You're on the phone getting people there, and then once they're there, then the rest of the week you're following up with them, getting them. Well, these subscribers are effectively coming into the meeting. So while Miller's been now listen to this, guys. While Miller's been teaching us how to do this, 20 people walked into a meeting to watch a presentation. How much work have you put into your business in the past to get 20 people to a meeting? And Miller did it while he was doing other things. Miller could be right now on the beach with his daughter, and 20 freaking people walked into a meeting to watch a presentation. And because Miller uses systems, and because Miller clicked the button and made a decision to change the landscape of his business, he can literally have 40 people come in by throwing $20 on the table. 40 people walk in, and it's not done yet. There may be 60 people that come in. What kind of value is that? You now see the value of clicking the button and doing your business like the rest of us do in 2013 and not in 1985.
Yeah, and really quick, if I could just say something with that as well, because that was awesome, David. And I like how David, pretty much lays it out, like where, you may be on here, like he said, and you don't know what the value of the leads are. And what do I do with that? And a lot of times we'll get a bunch of leads. You may have had experience, and I'm sure you have, where you've gotten a bunch of leads, and you're like, well, what's the big deal about getting the leads? If I didn't convert them into a sale, then what the heck do I need them for? And the bottom line is that that's where the follow-up comes into play. See, the truth of the matter is that people need to see something at least 5 to 7, sometimes a few more times than that before they make a decision to buy. And you may just feel immediately right now you want to get started with us on the team, and that's okay. But why I share that with you is because we provide a follow-up, an autoresponder follow-up with coming on board with us, where literally when those leads jump into your capture page or fill out their info, they're going to get a follow-up of emails automatically without you having to do anything but set it up once and forget it, kind of like a set it and forget it. And the real value is that, see, your leads, I mean, your list is pretty much your retirement plan, so to say. I like to call it the retirement plan because you're pretty much building your arsenal. You're building your list of people who are actually following you. It's like having a Facebook account with your full 5,000 friends, except with your email list, there's really no limit, depending on what plan you have and all that other good stuff. But your list will continue to grow, and you'll be able to communicate with them. You'll be able to share value with them, and they'll join. And with the follow-up, it's so important, and that's what we provide for you as well. So just in case you had that in the back of your mind, where it's like, well, I've had a lot of times where I've gotten a lot of leads, but the sales aren't there. Well, if you're not on the team already, I suggest that you get on board, and we'll share with you exactly how to increase your sales, as well. But back over to you, Miller. And if anyone else has anything they want to add.
Anyone got anything else they want to add? Okay. And Robert actually reminded me of something, which is I can just make a video. So, we've got some cool things, and I don't know what to let out of the bag. So I'll only let Robert let things out of the bag that you're going to get when you join Team Ambitious. But one thing I know is that somewhere there's going to be some videos that I've made where I not only will teach you step by step how to do this, but there's another marketing technique just to leave you with an air of mystery, leave you wondering what's coming next. Actually, what I'm really good at is something called Bing pay-per-click advertising. And actually, I'm going to share my desktop here real quick and just show you a picture of that. So if you see my screen right here, there's an ad. When you do a search on Bing, there are these little paid ads on the side, and here's one of my ads: Eric Secrets Revealed. And basically, a person clicks on this ad, and it'll take them, to a website. So one thing that I'm going to do is somewhere in the team training that will be available, I promised Robert that I would make a step-by-step training video on how I do Bing pay-per-click advertising. So I just wanted to throw that in really quick. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to let me see what else I wanted to tell you real quick. I don't want to leave you wondering about anything. Okay, so just to recount everything again, let me go back here. Okay. I'm going to put up my outline here one more time. Okay, so you go to buzzcity.com, set up your free account, and then you want to make sure you got pickresize.com in another browser ready to go so that you can use that while you're in BuzzCity. You want to go out onto Google and find some banners, and there's some standard sizes like 300 by 250, 250 by 250, 729 by 90, or 720 by 90, I think roughly, so that you can fill all the sizes, because there's several sizes they'll want you to populate in there, so that depending on what type of phone the person has, you've got the best chance of maximum exposure, so that as many people can see your banners as possible, or your text ads if you choose to use that particular option. And then you're going to need a mobile-friendly capture page, which Robert said will be taken care of on our team. And then the last thing is, boom, leads on demand. Just like you saw me get. While we've been sitting here, I've gone from 23 to 44 leads, so 21 leads just during, that's crazy, 21 leads in a little over an hour, just by me going in and clicking a couple of buttons. And that's just one of the ways I generate leads. And you can see I've gotten 44 leads today, and the day's not even over.
See, and really quick, Miller, think about that, folks. 20 leads in less than an hour, leading up to 30 leads in less than an hour. If we just have that continuing to run for the whole day, even half the day. I did a quick calculation, 21 times 12, 252 leads coming into your business for not the whole day if you ran it the whole day, but 12 hours, half the day. It's so powerful, guys. What you put into something, you'll get out of it. But when you know something's so effective and that works, it's 10 times more powerful. So that is awesome.
Yeah, and I was just looking at my account, Robert, and I think out of the $20 that I spent, I think it's only spent like $10 so far. Sometimes I get leads. If I spend $20, it depends. Sometimes I'll get 10 leads, and sometimes I'll get 30, or anywhere in between. It just depends on how many people choose to put in their email address, but I have never gotten less than 10 leads. In fact, that's a bad day. Most of the time, I'm going to get at least 15 leads, and then, or more, basically. And in our industry, if you can get leads that are less than $3, and maybe there's better numbers out there, dollar leads, that's considered to be pretty good. What do you think about that, Robert?
Well, hey, I think that's awesome. And really quick, Jeannie, if we could get some feedback from you as well, only because, I want to get so many different perspectives. So go ahead, Miller. Ask that again, because I like that question, actually. Go ahead. What did you say?
Okay. What is considered to be a good cost for your leads? Like, how much money does a person want to, how much money does a person want to spend per lead on the internet? What's too much? What's that upper threshold?
I like that. Actually, what I'll do is I'll touch upon that really quick first, if that's okay.
Of course.
See, a lot of times, with your business, it really depends what product you're promoting. It depends on the price point. It depends on how many upsells there are. What's the capability of the money that you're able to make? And here with Empower Network joining the team, you're able to earn upwards to $5,000 per member going all in and purchasing all the products. Now, just getting started, it's 25 bucks. If you didn't click the button below just yet, just do that. You can do that while you hear me speak and talk about this. And you'll see the value in the products itself, and that's what's so powerful in people getting more products. And why do I bring that up? Well, I personally, and we're not going to get too detailed into it, but you find out what each customer, the average customer is worth in your database, and it goes into how many members you have and how much income you've made so far with the program, but you calculate your customer lifetime value. And when you have that number, it pretty much tells you how much you can spend or invest where you're willing to actually put out there to get a new member to get started at 25 bucks. So sometimes I wouldn't mind spending or investing 90 bucks or more money, $100, to get a $25 basic sign up. Someone who just got started for $25. Now you're watching this right now and saying, Robert, that sounds retarded. You want to spend $100 or more to get someone to get started at $25? Well, yeah. Why? Because I know the power in the upsells. I know the power in what I'm going to make back from it and the profit. And I bring that up because Miller's showing us a way right now that literally costs pennies. I mean, I share techniques on Facebook that cost pennies to advertise, and it's powerful. He just literally brought it to a whole nother level because the fact of the matter is that mobile, guys, if you don't realize it, mobile is the future. And we're always, advertising on the computer and advertising on TV and advertising on billboards. I don't know about you guys, but I haven't looked at a billboard in a while. I haven't really done that much. And why I bring that up is because, and Jeannie, I'll have you, chime in a little bit, every single person that is watching this has a cell phone. And if you don't have a cell phone, click the button below and then go get yourself a cell phone. Because the fact of the matter is that everyone has one. It's like a Facebook account. If you don't have one, just open up a new tab right now and set up a Facebook account. But why I bring that up is because these phones these days, literally, we use it for everything. The other day, I'm using my cell phone to freaking change the channel and testing it out on a TV or making it louder or lower. And it's so opening up my garage door. My cell phone. And why I bring that up is because it's always in your pocket. It's always at least a couple of feet by your side. You're probably looking around right now as I'm speaking, and you're saying, shit, my phone is right there. Or it's right in my pocket. Why am I bringing this up? Because Miller is sharing a method, a technique, that literally will advertise to people on their phone. Guys, I don't know if you know this, but at least 90 to 95% of text messages that are sent to phones are opened up. It's so much more powerful than just email marketing. I'll tell you the truth, anytime I get a text message, even if I don't want the message and it's something being solicited, I would actually open up the message just so it doesn't show as an unread message. Because then in my phone, I think that I have an unread message and I don't want to, confuse myself. And truth be told, I do the same thing with voicemails. I don't use the phone anymore. Like, I don't call people. Maybe once in a while I'll get on the phone, but so rare. So, but what I'll do is I'll clear the voicemail, so I won't even listen to them. I'll actually, and some of you guys who called me are like, oh, that's what he does. But I'll click the voicemails, and I'll just let it so that the screen doesn't show there's any new messages there. But my point is that it's so powerful to have something that we can market to people that they literally look at on their phone. So, Jeannie, I'm going to let you chime in and share what you think is powerful about that. And let me know, am I telling the truth? Does everybody have a cell phone right by them, or is that some myth?
You're telling the truth. Yeah, mobile phones now they're just our communication center. I mean, you've been hearing for a long time that everything's going mobile, but it really is. We're right there, and it means so much to be set up to work your business on a mobile basis. Those who are not are going to be left behind. I mean, that's where it's at. We're there. So. And, between the company we're with and, Empower Network and our team, you're positioning yourself, for success. All you have to do is take action. So,
exactly. It's so powerful. I mean, that's the main thing. If you take action, I mean, Jeannie just started with us not too long ago, and she came to the first, right? It was your first event, and, with Empower. And just so you guys know, we have events with Empower as well. We usually had them in increments of one event each time, but now the company is growing so big that we're having 4 events pretty much at the same, not the same time, but close to the same time in 4 different locations. So while Miller's building an empire in one location and Jeannie's building an empire in another location, and I'm here in Orlando, it's so powerful how we all work together, but we're also building in different areas. And I bring that up because, Jeannie's a leader, I'll tell you the truth, and I've gotten to know her more and more and really gotten to connect with her at the event. And the power of the event is something that you really can't replace. Like, we really can't have that same relationship, that same bond that we have Jeannie, if we didn't connect at the event. We had a team
That's right.
dinner. We had a great time. We shared some stuff with each other where, we may have not wanted to share that if it was over a Google Hangout or on the phone, or it was just a special connection. It was something where, we get to hug you there. We get to shake your hand and know that you're a leader. And even though I didn't know much of Jeannie, and I got to know her at the event, I immediately knew she was someone of leadership. Why? Because she was one of the people on the team who bought her ticket for the event without having the ticket to her hotel or the maybe even the money at the time to know, hey, how am I going to get the hotel? How am I going to get the plane ticket? And why do I bring that up? Because it's powerful. A lot of you are sitting on the sideline, not for this business, not for, just a decision or anything. You're sitting on the sideline for your life. And you're here for a reason. You're here because you're looking to learn. You're looking to connect with some people that you feel good with. And as you hear me, I'm sure you're starting to feel that. I want you to feel at home being here. To tell you the truth, I never had this feeling of working with people on a team where you truly feel at home. Like, it feels good. There were times on Google Hangouts I would be nervous. I would be, just like stressing out. What are we going to go over and stuff? But you know what I'm learning is that when you work with people like Jeannie, and you work with people like Miller, and you work with people like David, who just got knocked off just a minute ago, but he'll be back, and you work with people on the team where you can truly be yourself and you're appreciated here. You don't need to, see, I said it earlier and I'll say it again, is that you don't need to be great to start, but you do need to get started to become great. And you do that by just making a decision in your life. And really, it's not even only about Empower Network. It's not only about just joining this business. We want to share with you, we want to show you that we have people on the team, not just myself, Jeannie, we have Miller, we have David, we have Eva, we have Oliver, we have so many people on the team. We have Jeremy, we got so many people on the team. We got Jacob. I can name people, all night. We have Ariel. I mean, there's so many people, great people. And why are they great? Because they made a decision to come on board. They made a decision to change their life. And even if it doesn't happen right away, because a lot of you folks are getting the leads, and you're saying, why the heck didn't I get 10,000 sales already? Or you posted that blog, and you're saying, why didn't I make $10,000 already? Sometimes it takes a little bit of time, and it really, what I like about this is that you go at your own pace. It's nothing that where you have to feel rushed, and you got to feel pressured, and you got to know everything, or you can't hang out with us. You literally can get started and work at your own pace. David was sharing this earlier, that some of the stuff that Miller is sharing, well, first of all, is pure liquid gold, just to say it's pure liquid gold. But another thing is that some of you guys are watching what he's sharing and saying, what the heck was that pick resize thing? What the hell was that? And I say that because, you let little things stop you from making a decision. But you don't do that when you're driving the car, right? Well, what do I mean by that? Well, you don't know everything about how the car runs. I know I don't. And if you're an engineer on this hangout, then maybe you definitely know a lot more than me. But my point is that you get in that car and you drive it, and you start to learn things while you're driving it. I know with my car, and I'm not saying this to impress you or anything, but I have a pretty decent car. It's a Lexus, and while I was driving the Lexus, when I turned on I don't even know what it's called, the humidifier or whatever it's called, it started making some noise. Yeah, it started making some noise. And I said, what the heck is this? I didn't get a nice car and really put some money down and invest and all this to hear some noise and so what's going on? And I got a little nervous because I was like, what the heck is that sound? And it was really annoying. It was just, and I was just like, that sounds like my 98 Ford when I first started on the internet, when I worked at the diner. This is not right. So it kind of brings back flashbacks. But why do I bring that up? Because while I'm driving, certain things are going to happen, Maybe something on the road happened or some noise in your car started happening. Well, that's the same thing that happens in business. that's the same thing that happens in life, is that while we go through the path, the journey of success, noises are going to come on. Things are going to happen. Things aren't going to get the results right away or happen the way we want it to. But I think Miller or David brought it up earlier, is that when you're aligned with the right people and you feel you're in the right place at the right time, which is right now, you just feel good about it. And none of that noise matters. None of that noise that comes on when you hit a switch or something really bothers you. You just continue going. You just continue driving. So I just wanted to share that. If you're somebody that's on the sideline, I just want to let you know I truly care about you. And why do I say that if I don't even know you? And you're like, Robert, you don't even know me? And yeah, maybe I don't know you already, but I look forward to getting to meet you. And Jeannie made a decision to be at the event. And we have events coming up. So if you're the type of person that wants to meet us in person and really shake our hands, take pictures, make videos, have dinner, have masterminds, we do all of that. And guys, it hasn't even begun. We look forward to adding so much to the team. Guys, we haven't even really dug into what Miller's sharing. That's what I'm so freaking excited, is that we have so much to share. And I just want to shut up myself because I just want to take notes and continue learning what he's sharing. I just get excited, and I know David does and Jeannie. And Miller's just sitting there like, yeah, I know I got the good stuff. I know I got, and it's so powerful because we're all together. We're all one team and one dream. You know, someone actually commented a few minutes ago, well, I'm with another team, and I just wanted to know if I can get that resource that you're talking about when I come on board with you. And my answer was, well, unfortunately, there are certain things that we have only for our team. But what we'll do is we'll see what we can do to share something with us all, because I do believe in one team and one dream. I really do. And there are other teams that have resources that you may not be available to or whatever. But we really want to encourage the people who are brand new, or maybe you have a big team, whatever it may be. But we encourage you to get started with us because, see, you can't tell how great the haircut is going to come out if you judge it by the first few minutes of the guy cutting your hair. I'll tell you the truth. I got a haircut the other day, and I was showing it off a little bit because I just liked the way it came out, and I got new shades, so I looked cool for a day, okay? I looked cool for a day. I think I'm entitled to that. No, but why I share that with you is because when I actually look in the mirror when the barber's giving me the haircut, I'm like, oh, man, I'm not paying this guy. And I'm only kidding. Of course I'm going to pay the guy. But I'm like, what is going on? Oh, man, what is going on? And I judge the haircut within the first few minutes, and then by the end of the haircut, I'm like, wow, it looks freaking phenomenal. So why I bring that up is because you can't judge, your results or certain things by the first couple of minutes of your success or your first couple of days or weeks. You really got to let the haircut form. You got to let the whole process complete, if that makes sense. And if that resonated with you, I encourage you to get started with us. Join us on the team. Hey, Miller, I don't want to, take any more time. Let's go right back to you. This is incredible, so I'm excited.
Okay. Well, I know that we had planned to maybe do some Q&A. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna wrap it up by just saying a couple of things, and then let Robert make some more comments, and we'll see what other value we want to give to you guys tonight, and maybe David and Jeannie have some other stuff to say. But the Empower Network has a product called the Master's Course, and it's a $3,500 product. It's it's the big daddy product that Empower has, and I own all the Empower products. And they're just fantastic. I mean, I actually pulled money out of my 401k so that I could invest in my future. And I just want to say welcome to William Dunn, who just got started with me tonight in Empower Network. So this stuff really works.
Wow, nice.
And because we give recognition to people. When people take steps that are going to lead to greater, increasing their success, we give them recognition. We lift them up. We lift them up on our shoulders, and we all cheer them on because, You know, one team, one dream. We want everyone to be successful here. And, you know, so I wanted to invest in my future, invest in my success. So, you know, I pulled money out of my 401k. It wasn't doing me a lot of good in there. I knew it would do me more good if I bought the master's course with it. So, you know, I was watching the videos in the master's course, and just to give you an idea of the value, one of the things that they talk about in the master's course is seeing the layer under the layer. See, in the Empower Network, we're asked to keep the 8 core commitments, and you're gonna hear me talk about this quite a bit on these hangouts because a lot of people don't get it. You know, they think that they can cherry pick. You know, I'll do commitments 2, 7, and 5, but what Dave and Dave did, they're so brilliant. The 8 core commitments are basically the habits of all these highly successful people reverse engineered. Basically what you need to do to begin to behave like these people that are getting the results, that if you're not already getting those results, or even if you are, you can get more massive results. I told you earlier in the telecast that blogging daily not only is a way of getting the word out there and getting you traffic, because blogging traffic is high quality, low cost traffic. In fact, it's no cost traffic. You just got to generate a lot of content. You got to write about stuff, but also makes you a more effective communicator, which magnetizes people to you, and you end up getting more signups that way because people can see you're going in a direction that's going to help them to get to where they want to go too. So the Empower Network, I realized by watching one of the videos in the master's course, I had an aha moment where I realized that the Empower Network is 75%, and it could be a little bit more, but it's 75% personal development driven. And then here's what happens. The nuts and bolts stuff sort of just shows up when you need it. You know, when you need to know how to do solo ads, a resource will uncover itself. You know, a leader on your team, or if you're going through the training in Empower, which by the way has nuts and bolts training. You know, the 15K formula is our how-to, you know, advanced blogging, multiple ways of getting paid traffic, you know, product. And here's a hidden benefit of the 15K formula is you've got these highly successful people who are getting massive results, teaching you how to do those things, and they're throwing in all this mindset training while they're teaching you how to do that and helping to wash out all that garbage that's in your head that's holding you back from getting the success that you want to get, the success that you're aspiring to getting the, you know, getting the results that you want to get and having the life that you want to have, solving the problem that you need to have solved. You know, like my personal goal, you know, I have a personal monetary goal that I set because it's a number that David Wood said eliminates pretty much all financial obstacles. You can get on a plane when you want to get on a plane, not worry about the cost. You can go see the doctor you want to see, regardless of how much it costs. If you've got some sort of problem and you need to see the best doctor that handles that kind of problem. Buy the house that you want to buy, whatever you want to do, that's what it does. And so, you know, this nuts and bolts training is available not only in the training that's in the Empower Network, but we will be occasionally, when we think it's appropriate, doing nuts and bolts training on here too, and giving you value. Even if you're in another business, we want to see you have success. And if you decide that Empower Network is going to help you get to where you want to go, you know, see the button below, then we're here to lift you up and support you. And what do you think about that, Robert?
I think that's awesome. I actually want to pass it over to David because I know David has wisdom that comes out of the universe without him even planning it, and I just love listening to what he has to share as well, man. So if you could rock us out with some wisdom real quick and share with us your thoughts, man. Just, yeah.
Yeah, man, absolutely. I appreciate that that comment. Thank you. And I gotta apologize. You know, my internet went down. Um, you know, I live in the mountains. One of my passions is skiing, mountain biking, and just being out in the element. And so I made it my purpose to live here. I've been here 19 years, and it's been just phenomenal. But one of the things that we have to deal with is, you know, this Fred Flintstone freaking internet service we have out here, and so I apologize. I had to jump off, and I had to reboot the whole damn thing, and so we're back. But thanks, Robert. Yeah, you know, Miller knocked it out of the park, man. I got to go back into the replay and see what I missed. You know, you know, I just want to just reiterate what I said earlier, and I believe you might have been off the air. I don't know when I said this, and yet it's like this. What we're teaching you here, you guys, what Miller freaking uncovered tonight are literally advanced strategies. Okay, they're advanced, and you don't need to worry about that stuff coming on board. We have everything done for you. I mean, literally, when you click the button below, make a decision to join us, you can start driving traffic into your autoresponders tonight. You can literally start getting in, listening to the Fast Start training, and start blogging and start bringing traffic, because we got capture pages for you already. You don't have to build this stuff. We've got autoresponders for you already. You don't have to build this stuff. We can show you how to get traffic to your land pages and into your autoresponders that we were looking at. Miller's Aweber. That's just an autoresponder. So we're going to show you how to set all this stuff up tonight. Before you go to bed, you can be driving traffic. Now, what's going to happen is literally 2 weeks from now, 2 months from now, 8 months from now, a light bulb is going to go off. We call it a breakthrough. And you're going to say, wow, man, now I see the power. Now I'm ready for that tool Robert's talking about capture pages. Now I'm ready to brand myself. Now I have a message. I have a purpose. I've set an intention. Now I'm ready to go out into the world and actually be the front runner of this thing. So what was Miller talking about? You know, driving traffic and getting leads in this Buzzkill or Buzz City? I don't even know this stuff. This Buzz City. You know, now I'm ready to implement some advanced strategies and start to really drive traffic. But what I'm trying to say is don't get caught up in all the craziness that we learn here tonight. Unless you are already advanced, you can be like, oh man, that was some good nuggets. I'm going to implement that. Like what, you know, the rest of this panel is going to do tonight is probably go over to Buzz City, start up an account, and start rocking and rolling, right? And that's all good stuff. So just know that this is what's waiting for you. When you are ready to take the next step, you have a team to collaborate with and take you there. Miller is just scratching the surface of what he's going to share with you. Robert's just scratching the surface. Jeannie's just scratching the surface. So literally, don't get overwhelmed as a new person. Just realize that if you want to create leadership qualities within you, if you're in a network marketing company right now and you look at the leaders, I guarantee you, and you can get a hold of me, I'm very easy to track down. You can get a hold of me and call my bluff, but I guarantee you go to the leader in your company and you sit down with them and they're perfectly transparent. You're going to realize they are in the midst of a 2 to 4 year journey to get to where they're at, and that's okay. And yet everyone on this panel says, you know something, I want to do it in 6 to 8 months. And so what Empowered Network literally is a leadership factory. We begin by working on your mindset. The 8 core commitments that Miller just alluded to, you know, like 3 of them have nothing to do with marketing or making money. They're all about building your mindset. They're about listening to audio every day. They're about reading the right books every day. You know, they're about staying connected with like-minded people every day. And this just builds you so you can now accept responsibility of leadership and know how to manage that responsibility. And that's it. So if you're literally looking up to people of leadership, saying, how can I get there? That's what I want. Then click the button below, and we will literally walk you to that resolve within 6 to 8 months. I promise you're not going to recognize what's going on in 90 days. You're not going to recognize your life. If you simply follow the 8 core commitments, you're not going to recognize what's going on. You're not going to recognize what you're attracting. You know, I mean, you start to attract what you vibrate. We teach you how to change that vibration. And it does take, you know, it takes 45 days, 2 months to really change the vibration. Set your intention, create a mission bigger than yourself, and then use the tools. And while you're learning this stuff, you're earning. We say again, while you're learning this stuff, you're earning. So when you get to this point of greatness, you look around and you're having $1,000 days. You're having $3,000 days, and that's okay, right? That's okay if we can learn as we earn as we learn, and then by the time you're there, now you're a leader to the team that's laid out before you based on just going through the motions. It's all here, guys. So. And my story. I built, this is my third portfolio I'm building in the residual arena, and this is building a lot faster, a lot cleaner, with a lot cooler people, a lot of collaboration. There's no hiding. Like Robert said earlier, this is locker room talk. We get together every week and we just shoot the BS like this, and sometimes Miller will throw out some nuggets like he did tonight. Sometimes Robert throws down some nuggets. Jeannie throws down, we all throw down. So, make sure you're here next week. And when you're here next week, here's a little tip for you. If you have what it takes to click the button and go for it, you can literally have people that are considering coming on board to this opportunity with us next week, and we will speak to them in your behalf. And we will show them how to sign up under you, and we will literally, this time next week, you can have a team building while you're learning, and that's only 7 days. So, Miller, back to you, brother. Or Robert, whoever's freaking...
Well, really quick. That's okay. What I wanted to really go over really quick, it's just incredible how much value, and I'm not saying this to put our team on a pedestal or anything, and I think it stands on one by itself, but you actually get your own replicated page, like you're watching this right now, like David brought up. When you join the team, literally you just have to add your username to the end of the site. You don't have to be the one here in the panel if you don't want to. You don't have to be a superstar or know really anything. You just literally have to invite people to this hangout, and you benefit from all the people that get started, which is so powerful. Another thing, you'll notice that we added a join and ask button on the right side of the page, and you may have had a message pop up and let you know that you'll be able to reach out to Team Ambitious Leadership, and that's us on the panel, as well as some other leaders that are on the team, where if you make a decision to come on board and join, you'll be able to ask a question, a marketing question, any question that you'd like to ask, and for one of us to go in depth with you on that question. And you may be in another company. It may be a question that may need to be answered before getting started, and that's okay. But with this technique, with this button here, with you making a decision to just getting started for the $25 program and clicking the button below, we'll be willing to answer any question that you have, marketing question, whether it be self-development or growing or motivate, any question that you have that you feel will get you off the ground running, we want to answer that for you. And we want to actually encourage you. We want to let you know that we are excited about you coming on board. We want to show you that we're committed to you having success as well. It's not like some of these programs or businesses, you get started, the person that sponsored you made their commission, and they really don't need to hear from you anymore, and they become a part of the witness protection program. So that doesn't happen here. We're all here to stay. We're all here to continue to grow, and we want you to be a part of that, because I will tell you the truth, we are growing with or without you, but we definitely would like it with you. We're going places that none of us have seen before. I've had a lot of growth in the business so far as working online. I know David has a lot of experience, and he had a lot of portfolios before, and I was actually excited to hear the fact that he mentioned that this portfolio that he's building here with our team, Team Ambitious, that it's the fastest growing portfolio that he's had. And I just was like, that gave me goosebumps hearing that, because in the beginning it was all about the success that I can have and how much money I can make. And now it's all about, how many people do I have on my team having success? How many people do I have around me that are having success? Because I truly believe that determines the true leadership in any person, where it's not like how much is that person making, it's how many people does that person have on their team that is having success. And I think that's a big difference. And I just, I'm honored to have, Jeannie, David, Miller here on the team, here on the panel, sharing all the wisdom, letting it rip pretty much, and just spilling the beans, being here as well. Take advantage of, again, it's only for people who make a decision to come on board and click the button below. Also, we look forward to seeing you at the event. The events are powerful. We have 4 locations, so there's really no reason why you can't make one of them. They're all pretty much spread out. Depending on where you live, you can choose the closest if you like. But it's so powerful to all get together and share that energy and know that we're real. A lot of times I saw people who were having success on TV, or I see them across the screen, and even though I know they're a real person, it was just a different feeling when I saw them in person. And I can literally touch them and poke them and say, you're real. I can't believe it, but you're real. You're actually someone who got started with maybe no experience, no list, and no success on the internet before, and your boss is doing. Those of you guys who are on the tips of your seats, I just really quick want to, well, actually, I want to have Jeannie share some closing words. Jeannie, if you just want to share with us, just how you feel about being on the team, and something that you might feel might give that person that's on the fence really some guidance or maybe some motivation to say, you know what, let me do this for myself. Definitely appreciate hearing from you, and then I'll pass it over to Miller for some exciting news as well.
Okay, well, I just have to say that this is really an amazing team. The leadership is uncommon, although I will admit that, basing from what I saw when I went to the live event in Denver for Empower, it looks like that's a common thing within Empower, but this team is awesome, and the leadership of this team is really big on recognizing others, giving recognition, and I think that is a really big deal. So that's the little bit I'm going to add today.
Awesome. No, I mean, that's powerful, and that probably resonated with somebody out there that actually wants that recognition. I know me personally, Jeannie, I used to be a part of like companies where I would produce and produce and produce, and all I freaking wanted was some recognition. All I wanted was just some notice that they appreciated what I was doing. And a lot of times that happens at a job. I know people who actually make the company hundreds of thousands and millions of dollars, maybe less than that, but have produced so much to help that company have success, and sometimes they don't even get that little recognition. And I'll tell you the truth, people will actually drive and produce and become better based on only recognition and not the money. I'll tell you the truth, there are people, including myself, that would rather recognition and drive to recognition and not just the money. And I know sometimes some of you guys are saying, well, that's weird. I would drive for the money. I don't care for the recognition. And that's okay too. We welcome you here as well. But I just know that I was dying for some recognition at certain points. So I'm glad you brought that up, because we like to be big on the recognition. We want to recognize you for, like Miller did with his new member that got started, William, that he got started. You know why? Guys, everything starts from somewhere, and it's called the freaking beginning. And you can always reset that beginning every single day. There's every day. Please don't take that the wrong way. The cycle of procrastination. We get into a cycle of, yes, Robert said there's tomorrow, or yes, there's tomorrow, there's the next day. Guys, the truth of the matter is that we know the day we were born, but we don't know the day we're going. And I'm not trying to say that in a way that we want to think about that, because that's something I certainly don't even want to think about. But I just want to let you know the truth of the matter is that we don't know. And me personally, I always thought to myself, how do I want to be remembered when that day comes? And I'm not going to get too deep here on you guys, but I want to be remembered as, someone who helped other people. I want to be remembered as someone who actually provided my heart, was truthful, was real, was tried my best to make things happen and really and made things happen too. And how do you want to be remembered? That's the main thing. It's not about me. It's how do you want to be remembered? Do you want 5 years to go by of you continuing to say, I have tomorrow? And I think David brought this up on another hangout. He said it's so simple to click that button below, but don't underestimate how easy it is. Don't really, get all caught up into the simpleness of getting started with us, where it's only $25. And I like the video that he did. He pretty much laughed while he did it because it's only $25 to get started. Sometimes it's a joke, $25 to literally start your own business. A lot of times we don't take that seriously. But guys, do not let the day come where you're like, I had the opportunity to come on board. I had the opportunity to make it happen for myself and my family, and I didn't make it happen. I just don't want you to have that day. I don't want you to have that day because it is coming. That day is coming unless you want to change it. And only you have the power to do it. We can't force you to do anything. David Wood, he's actually one of the owners of the company, and he does a lot of hypnotizing, right? Well, even with hypnotizing, I'll tell you the truth, you can't force someone to do something they don't want to do. And that's one thing I learned as well, is that we don't want to force anybody to do anything they don't want to do. If you feel that helping people or making money is not for you, then you don't belong here. Or you're welcome to leave. But if you feel you're somebody who likes to help people, who doesn't mind getting paid for helping people, or is money motivated or whatever. I mean, today actually, it's funny because, guys, you probably remember this because some of you guys were on the hangout on the panel as well when I spoke about this. But I spoke about doing the small things in life, saying thank you to somebody and, just appreciating what you already have in your life, helping that elderly lady across the street. And I said that before, and today actually, a lady, she came up to me, and she was blind, and she had, her stick with her to help her to walk, obviously. And she said, excuse me, sir, can you help me go across the street? And I felt so grateful for her to ask me. I felt special, that she asked me. And why? I don't know why she asked me, but you know what? I felt so great that I was in a position where I can help somebody else. And if you're somebody who also feels empowered and feels great about being in a position of helping other people, then you're in the right place. You're in the right place. Because I'm telling you the truth, joining our team and coming on board, it's almost impossible not to help somebody else. It's so set up in a way that you have to help other people to have success here. And I just love that because we all work together. Guys, I want to share, and Miller, if you don't mind, can we share your back office or your screen share of the leads that it actually added up to while we're speaking here and talking? I'm just curious to know if it went up, and I'm just excited about that still. I think you might be on mute, Miller. You might be on mute, unless you're not speaking yet.
Oh, okay. Can you hear me?
Yeah, loud and clear now, yep.
Yeah, this thing is just,
wow, 77?
Yeah. I mean, all the way from 23 to 77 while we've been sitting here hanging out. And, I'm not some guru. This is something that you can do too. I mean, I just showed you how to set it up. I didn't do anything special. You just put it out there, and it's just getting the Empower Network out in front of people is what this is doing. And now I've got 77 new people. Actually, what is it? Let's see, 51 more people to begin giving value to than I had when we began this telecast. And something I was thinking about when Robert was talking was, procrastination is your subconscious telling you that you can't do it. And the words don't form in your head, but that's what's going on. And the way you defeat that is audio, reading, getting on these hangouts. You keep feeding your subconscious, yeah, I can, yeah, I can, yeah, I will, yeah, I will. And the next thing you know, you're taking massive action, and you get 51 leads without halfway trying because someone on your team showed you how to do it like we just did. Fantastic. And, this is just one of the ways that I generate leads. And there's a number of other ways I do that I've learned in the Empower Network products, especially in the 15K formula. And so, and also, there'll probably be a little bit more step-by-step. I'll do another video at some point that'll be available to people on our team where you'll just see step-by-step as I'm setting up a campaign. But for those who are fast movers, who, for those people who are fast movers and just want to go and take massive action, you don't need to have all the details. Now you can go to Buzz City, you can grab you a couple of banners, choose your favorite mobile-friendly capture page, and you could have it set up tonight. You could put in $20 and be getting leads on demand. And I'll tell you, I've never put in $20 and not gotten at least 10 leads. So that's just, I do that every day on top of some of the other things that I'm going to teach people on the team to do, because I live in a world of abundance. I don't mind giving away all my secrets. I don't care if you use it to build whatever company you're involved in, because that's what we're here to do. It's just to help you be successful. And then what we figured out is that there are going to be certain people who are like, wow, all this value, and I could be learning all that too. I need to get into that Empower thing. And if you're a person who I invited to this hangout tonight, why don't you just go ahead and get started? It's only 25 bucks. It's crazy. It's not, it's not like you're deciding who you're going to marry. It's just 25 bucks, and you could change your life. And then, we're not going to force feed you the other Empower Network products, but you should have those too, because they're powerful. And you can make more money and you can have more success, because they're all worth 10 times what you pay for them anyway. And all I can do is sit here and tell you the truth, which is the value that I'm getting out of them. So, I think I've emptied my cup for tonight. I've given you as much as I can give, but I'll wake up at 5 a.m. tomorrow, and I could probably give you some more. That's all I got, man.
Awesome. Well, hey, listen, guys, we're gonna wrap it up, and I just want to actually thank each and every one of you for being here, because it truly is a commitment on your part for being here. And I encourage you not to waste that commitment. I encourage you not to let that commitment go to, hey, I just invested 2 hours with a few great people here on the panel and people that are watching as well, and I didn't take action. I didn't actually make a decision that changed my life. Guys, if you don't do nothing, nothing will happen. If you do something, then something will happen. And I don't know exactly what it is that will happen, but I know it's going to be something. And that something for you may be your first lead online because of what Miller shared with you tonight. That something may be your first sale because of the lead that you get from what Miller shared tonight. It may be the recognition that you want that Jeannie spoke about. It may be, the wisdom that David always comes out and speaks about and lets you know that, listen, the bottom line is that we're here for you. If we were in this only for ourselves, I'll tell you the truth, there's only a limit, there's a wall, there's a ceiling to any success if they're in it for themselves. I'll tell you the truth. And one thing that I liked is that actually with this company, the owners and the people of Empower Network, including us, our team Ambitious, we all have a vision that doesn't only include ourselves, it includes other people in it. It's big enough to include you in it as well. And I definitely encourage you to come on board. We have a Facebook group that we all support each other. You're going to get the utmost recognition for just coming on board. And a lot of times you may feel, well, I know I felt at times, well, if I come on board, I really don't know anybody, and who am I going to connect with? I'll tell you the truth. The second you come on board, well, the minute, let's just say, you'll have your Facebook picture and a description, short description, welcoming you into our Facebook group. And you know how freaking loving and welcoming our team is? Anytime and everyone can attest to this, David adds members, Jeannie, Miller, whoever adds new members that came on board on the team, or myself, we have dozens and dozens of welcomes, and we're glad to have you here. We welcome you here. Why? Because we're all in this together. We're all in this together. And I just feel that's so powerful in itself. So if you ever felt like you don't have that connection, you don't know anyone, and am I going to feel welcome? Throw that out the window, because you're definitely in the right place at the right time and with the right people, and we look forward to locking arms with you. We really do. And hey, shout out to William again for getting started. That's awesome. And for anyone else who got started as well that we don't even know and we haven't checked yet. Congratulations to you. And we look forward to next week. We're going to be here at the same time, same place. And like Miller said, we're going to share nuggets. We're going to share wisdom. We're going to share motivation. We're going to share anything that comes out of our heart because we know what helps us to grow is also possibility that it may help you as well. So, hey, if anyone else wants to share some words before we kick out of here, we definitely love to hear from you. And if not, we'll just rock it out, and we'll have a great evening.
All right.
Right on, Robert. Appreciate you. Appreciate everyone. This is Desiree right here.
See, guys, that's the power in it. I mean, David, his why. I mean, he goes on family trips with his family, right, David? And he's always spending time with his kid. I mean, it's incredible the lifestyle you have compared to, having to work a job. You know what I mean? Like, I know personally, right, David? I know you can definitely attest to that. And I don't have any kids yet, right? I'm just practicing, but I know when it actually happens, I look forward to it. It's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing.
Yeah, it is. It is pretty cool, man. And all that stuff. I mean, Miller knows too much for his own good, man. He's throwing a lot of crazy, advanced, freaking lingo out at you tonight. Don't freak out on a master's course, 3,500. That's crazy, right? Don't let that just freak you out. All you need to do is get started for $25. Get your arms around what we're doing, and when it's right for you, it's right for you. It was right for Miller when it was right for Miller. And all of us are on our own separate path, and all you got to do is lock arms with us. We'll help you identify your mission, help you set your intention, and then we'll help you get the results you're looking for. Literally, the goals you lay out are achievable. The life you want also wants you. It's very powerful. And so don't be afraid to embrace that new life. Don't be afraid to step into your fear. Don't be afraid to face the challenges that are awaiting you to present to you the greatness on the other side of those challenges. Just start with a decision. Then go from there, take a little action tonight, set it up, $25, it's no big deal, and then, you may not want the products, you may want the other product. It does not matter. Your success does not matter about all that stuff. It just matters about you taking a decision tonight, moving through your fear, and working with the sponsor that brought you here. You'll be working with us, and next thing you know, you'll be on this hangout sharing your story of success. And where you are today, where you are when you get with us on the Hangout. So with that, guys, I really appreciate everyone. Thanks so much for having me out here, Robert, Miller, Jeannie. I really appreciate everyone. Thanks so much.
Guys, have a great night. We'll see you guys on the inside. If you already got started, congratulations. If you didn't, click the button below. We'll see you on the inside. We'll see you next week. And we have a lot of great things in store for you. We have more secrets to share because they're really not secrets. They're just awaiting for you to hear them, and you're in the right place to hear them and receive them. Have a great night, guys.
All right.
Ciao, ciao.